at the Ryan Mountain Trailhead. I'm gonna hike up here. It goes up 5,400 feet, about 1,100 feet from where I am right now. That's cool up there. That rock's just balanced right there. So I'm at the start of the trail here, and right now it's just steps all the way up. This is a nice paved trail. You might be able to see the trail down there where I came up. And I'm almost to the top. This is the summit of Ryan Mountain. Hopefully you can see the snow. The mountains there in the background. That was a pretty easy hike with some good views. Right now I'm on Keys View Road and I'm going up to this overlook to see what we can see up there. It's about I think it's 5,000. It's over 5,000 feet. So it'll probably be a view similar to Ryan Mountain. This is Barker Dam, also referred to as Bighorn Dam. The original 9 feet was constructed in 1900, and in 1949, William F. Key raised it an additional 6 feet. This dam provided water for his cattle, ranch, and the Desert Queen mine. When the rainfall is sufficient, this area is filled with water, creating a reservoir. Windstorm is over, so now I'm going to go back to Joshua Tree and find some more hiking trails. I'm leaving the area here at BLM and Joshua Tree, and I'm going back to Joshua Tree National Park to the Indian Cove area, and there's a hiking trail there, and there's a place called Rattlesnake Canyon I want to check out. There's still snow on the mountains back there. I've been trying to get that on my camera, but I think they're too far away to see. So this is the Indian Cove trailhead. It follows through a dry wash ecosystem that the Indians used to follow to gather their food. And there's a good view down here of 29 Palms is right down there. I'm heading down this way to start the trail. It shows here some of the medicines the Indians used, like creosote here. It was used for an antiseptic, anti-inflammatory, and cough suppressant. And then it says more recent discoveries have shown a chemical in creosote that shows promise for treatment of skin cancer. That's pretty interesting. The silver cholla cactus sticks to animals, and that's how they reproduce. They get dragged to other places. The ashes of the stems can be applied to cuts and burns to help in healing. I haven't seen any of these rabbits around here, but I've seen a lot of them up at Culp Valley. It's talking here about how they used to hunt them and use arrows, snares, nets, throwing sticks, and teamwork to catch them. Young pensacholla joints are edible after being boiled. The buds are also edible. They can be boiled or fried and taste similar to asparagus or artichokes. They are high in vitamin A, calcium, and other minerals. Compounds in the pensacholla were useful for anti-diarrheal medication and treatment for venereal diseases. And tea made from the pith are combined with other herbs and used in the mouth for a toothache. So when the Indians came out here to look for food, they compared it like us going to the grocery store. They would just come out here and notice what they needed and pick it, and they just knew what everything was and what it did. That's pretty neat. It'd be cool to know all that. Just come out here and just, that's what that is and that's what it does, and that's what I need right there, and grab it and use it. That'd be some good knowledge to have. The long slender leaves on these desert willow reduces the surface area so they don't lose as much water. They need a lot of water, so they grow mostly in marshes, and their long tap roots grow really deep to anchor them during flash floods. The stems are used for twine baskets, granaries, bows, and cradle boards, seed beaters, and various traps and snares. This is desert almond. Indigenous people ate the dried fruit. Bighorn sheep feed on the leaves, and ground squirrels snack on the fruit and the flowers. This is a midden, or an archaeological term for a trash pile. The wood rats urinate on the objects they collect, and it acts as a preservative. These middens preserve objects from the past as far back as 50,000 years. These rodents have archived past cultures, ecologies, and evidence of climate change. This is jojoba. It's an important plant for bighorn sheep and mule deer. Birds and rodents also eat the nuts. The seed meal is toxic to many mammals, but the ingestible wax acts as a laxative to humans. Native people use the oil from pressed nuts as hair conditioner and in medicine and cooking and rituals. Today we use it in shampoos, moisturizers, sunscreens, conditioners, and as an industrial lubricant. That was the Indian Cove trailhead. I hope you learned something and found that interesting. Next I'm going to Rattlesnake Canyon. So this seems like a pretty advanced trail that requires GPS and map finding, and I'm not really prepared for that, but I'm just going to walk back here and kind of see what it's about and go as far as I feel comfortable with. So far it's pretty easy. I've just been walking on this sandy path right here. Now I'm coming out into this big wash, I guess. Looks like there's a path over that way. But I guess the trail must go up into these mountains, because they said there's a lot of rock scrambling to do and there's not really a path. So I'm not going to try that because I don't have a map or a compass or anything really. So I thought I'd just come up here and check it out. But I'll explore around more and see what it's about. So there's a dead end. So I'm just going to walk down this wash here and see where it goes. That's really cool, all them little rocks embedded in that big rock. Here's a huge boulder that's the same way. Looks like a lizard skin. Here's a path back here, maybe it'll go somewhere.
I'll check this out. I seen these on a video the other day, and I can't remember what they're called. These rocks are everywhere up here. Kind of walking up the side of this hill now. That wash is right down there. Parking lot's over there. I'm not going to go too far up here though, because this really isn't a trail. It's just up the side of this mountain. There's a cool place to get up on these rocks. I found a grinding bowl already. Be another one here. And there's a few of them. This stuff's pretty easy to climb. Your shoes stick to it really well. I got up here next to these cool rocks. And then that wash is right down there. I found this out here. I don't know what that's for. Alright everyone, I'm off to my next destination. Thanks for joining me here at my trip through Joshua Tree. see you next time.
Blue highways traveler, blue highways traveler.